Okay, so we're still heading for the B. Oh, we're close now. Nice. I'll just do a little database thing first. Oh, inventory. No, it's just the same old thing, isn't it? Keeps making me look at this stuff. I wish I could buy these things. That way I could stop them from being, telling me that they're new. But unfortunately, they're too expensive. Let's look about memories and activities. Conquest memories. In each borough, there are 4 conquest activities that must be completed in order to unlock the final gang war activity to conquer that borough. Some conquest activities are only unlocked after speaking to associates, so remember to seek them out. The first 4 conquest activities can be completed in any order. Child liberation. Child liberation are being worked out under squalid conditions in factories all across London. Infiltrate the factories to free them and bring the factory owners to justice. Templar hunt. Track down Templars of note and assassinate them in signature style to send a message. Bounty hunt. Take a Templar captive, then shove them into a carriage and deliver them, alive if possible, to Aberline at the drop-off point. Gang stronghold. Infiltrate a blighter gang stronghold and clean it out so rooks can move in. Gang war. Once all the conquest activities are complete, confront the remaining blighters in an all-out gang war. Kill their leader to claim the borough for the rooks. Yay! Gotta brush my teeth in the back. Remind me. Okay, so that was conquest activities. Let's move on and do a mission. Ooh, there's a golden thingy. Maybe I should just do that before my mission. Yes, just before we do this freedom of the press mission, I would just like to... Uh-oh. So where is this thing? Oh, there it is. Okay, I got a helix glitch. The location of this social glitch has been something or other. You were awarded 10 helix... You can pause it if you want. 10 helix cards for the discovery of a social glitch. Yay. Where is it? For some reason, I think it's up there. Nope, there it is. Silk, metal, and something or other. I think just pounds. I'm kind of tempted to just go to the store and get some more stuff. But, yeah, we'll try and make do for now. There's a store over there behind me. Yeah, let's go there. What the hell? Ooh, and another mission as well.
Stirring up no more trouble.
Yeah. Okay. I'll just buy one throwing knife. Looks like everything else is filled up, which is great. Let's mess around with the crafting. Do we have crafting? Well, I think we haven't earned crafting yet. Yeah, it's great when you can do crafting. Or, yeah. Because there's some stuff like, it's really good you can get through crafting, like better pouches and stuff like that hold more knives and that kind of thing. And unfortunately, we have to play on a little bit before we can do that. Freedom of the press. The twins take a broken device to a close associate of Henry's to be repaired. Let's do this.
Blast them.
Alec, whatever is the matter?
I have been intercepting nothing but poppycock propaganda about soothing syrup and whatnot. No, I swear to high heavens, if Starrick's monopoly continues...
Alec, I beg
Soothing
your pardon.
syrup.
These are friends of mine. Evie Fry.
That'll come later, I think.
Jacob.
Oh, Alexander Graham Bell.
Linguist, inventor, and technical expert.
How silly.
Alec, I have something of a favor to ask you.
Can you fix this?
Quite rude.
Oh, looks like the casing is cracked. Oh, comes apart. I see. Could have used one of these to fit my fuses on top of Big Ben.
Alec is installing a new telegraph line for our Free Press Association.
To combat the Starrick Telegraph Company. Now, if I can mend the fuses connecting independent lines from Big Ben, Starrick will be weakened. Only we are somewhat at a handicap. And there. Oh, I've removed the mechanism so it may work with your bracer.
I'll put it to use immediately.
Jacob, wait. Mr. Bell, allow me.
It's pretty clever that he immediately saw the,
You will not find me too proud to accept Miss Fry. Oh, we can use my carriage if you'd be so good as to hold the reins on.
I'll take that.
I can help you.
So you just took one look at their wrist devices and knew that you could hook the put the grappling hook on it, which is pretty cool. Thank you. I think that there's some new skills I could use. Okay, Eagle Vision 2 shows enemies what direction they're facing on the minimap. That's useful enough, I guess. Also, the radius increases, which is also fine. Reduces all melee damage suffered. Boring. First strike. Attack an enemy just before they enter combat to inflict significant damage. Boring. Stealth stat increases by 7. You are less likely to be detected by assassinations. And your assassinations will make less noise. That's still kind of boring. Intimidations. Enemies will no longer try to escape. Eh. Lockpick open doors. Yeah, that sounds like the best one. Counterattacks have a larger window of opportunity and do increased damage. Okay, so let's just start with lockpick. You have reached a new level, level 3. Assassin steps. You suffer significantly reduced damage from falls and make no noise when you land. Your movement also makes significantly less noise. Knife Master. Your throwing knives stun enemies for a short time. You automatically recover throwing knives when performing multi-kills. Cool. Stealth stats increase by an additional 7. Okay, leadership. That one went up automatically. We can get 3 rooks now. When attempting to shoot an empty gun mid-combo, the gun will reload automatically. Pretty cool. Collisions inflict less damage and don't slow you down as much while driving. Reduces all range damage suffered. Defense is required. We don't have that yet, but we can get it. Assassin steps, right, we look at that. Mutilate. Successful attacks bring enemies to near death more rapidly. Execute. Stun an enemy with X, then perform a tool combo to execute them, inflicting massive damage. Yeah, that's cool. Health boost, 3. So, I don't know. None of this stuff is all that awesome. This will be good for EV Knife Master too. So Knife Master 1 will get you part way to Knife Master 2. Spend 6 skill points to reach your next level. I don't know, nothing seems particularly awesome. Let's... Stealth 1, Stealth 2, and then Invisible, right? Oh no, it's this one makes her invisible. Well, just should go ahead and get the stealth, I guess. What's this? Oh, intimidation, right? Yeah, intimidation's just nice to have. Oh, but we don't have any. Right, we're done.
You really ought to be here by now.
Oh, right, sorry.
So, Mr. Bell, what inventions are you concocting?
I intend to develop a phonetic telegraph that does not just convey dots and dashes, Miss Fry. Human voice.
Phonetic telegraph? Sounds a bit of a mouthful. You could just call it a telephone.
Stupid. Terrible dialogue.
As I was saying earlier, the press has become entirely dependent on the Stark Telegraph Company.
Which is why Mr. Green has asked you to set up a free line.
Yes. What is more, other small independent companies have had their lines sabotaged, and they have little means of finding any broken fuses,
Easy, girl.
which are
To be found on top of Big Ben.
correct, especially as one needs a special government pass to
There
get
you
through
go.
the guards.
They will not be a problem. I'll repair the fuses. Easy. There you are.
Okay. Install the fuses without going below 30 meters in altitude. That sounds easy. Rope launcher. Press L1 to ascend tall buildings. From a ledge, press L1 to zipline across large gaps. While ziplining, control your speed with L and R2 and position yourself over enemies for air assassinations. Why are you doing that? Okay, after this, we can't drop below 30 meters in altitude.
Lovely view.
It's about to get a little lovelier. we're about to do is synchronization. There we go. I don't know how this is challenging, but it probably is. I guess part of the challenge is resisting the urge to do the leap of faith. So right now I really want to do that leap of faith, but if I do that, then I won't get where I'm going. There we go. That's the stuff. And another.
All set.
Not quite. So about to grapple over there, but let's just do a quick inventory. Damn it. We'll do a quick inventory database. Oh, new stuff. Alexander Graham Bell will be here, and new locations, like Big Ben, because we just climbed up Big Ben, didn't we? Yeah, let's do some reading. Alexander Graham Bell. Date of birth, March 3rd, 1847. I should say the 3rd of March, I suppose, in 1847. From the day he was born in Edinburgh, Scotland, sound and communication were very important in Alexander Graham Bell's life. His father was a highly respected speech therapist and elocutionist, and at the age of 12, young Alex's mother lost her hearing. His father developed a phonetic alphabet aimed at teaching the deaf to speak, while Alec himself learned to communicate with his mother by speaking at the side of her head so she could feel the vibrations of his voice. Rebecca does something similar when I try to block her out. The other thing that defined Alec's life was his natural inventiveness. By the time he was a teenager, Bell had already created a system for dehusking wheat. But then I suppose we all do crazy things when we're teenagers. Plus, with the help of his brothers, Melville and Edward, he developed an automaton that could speak by blowing air from bellows while manipulating the machine's lips. The Bell boys were able to get the machine to articulate crude words like mama, and you thought ventriloquism was tough to sit through. Bell's genius was such that he was hired as a pupil teacher of elocution and music at Weston House in Scotland. His family moved to London at around the same time. Alec would join them in 1867 after Edward died of tuberculosis. While in England, Alec attended the University of Scotland and worked for his father, providing speech therapy and teaching his father's phonetic alphabet to the deaf. And it seems crafting nifty gadgets for a pair of assassins. History has managed to document that creepy, bloody automaton, but there's not a word about his interactions with Jacob and Evie Fry, as it should be. Anyway, Alec and his parents moved to Canada in 1870 after Melville, like his brother, succumbed to tuberculosis. Alec himself was showing symptoms of the disease, but thankfully for all humankind, he recovered and would go on to invent, among other things, the dumb version of the smartphone. Bell passed away the 2nd of August, 1922, at the age of 75. When his body was interred 2 days later, phone traffic was shut down for a minute in his honor. If people weren't crying over Bell's death, shutting down the phone lines would do the trick. Okay, we have two new locations in Westminster, which is where we are now. Westminster embodies the spirit of affluence in the West End of London. As the home of the Houses of Parliament and Buckingham Palace, Westminster was the political center of the British Empire, making it the political center of much of the world in the 19th century. We've been to Big Ben and apparently the Houses of Parliament. Big Ben. Charles Barry was hired in 1844 to rebuild the Houses of Parliament, which had burned down 10 years earlier. It was decided the new building should include a clock tower, and Barry enlisted the reputable clockmaker Louis Volliamy to design the clock itself. Big Ben is the name commonly used for the entire clock tower, but it was originally the nickname for the largest bell in the clock tower. The clock tower is now officially known as the Elizabeth Tower and Queen Elizabeth II because reasons. But nobody calls it that, we call it Big Ben. The origin of the nickname Big Ben has been boiled down to two theories. The first is that it derives from Sir Benjamin Hall, the portly Commissioner of Works. The other theory is that the nickname comes from the world of boxing. Heavyweight fighters of the time were sometimes called Big Bens, after the heavyweight boxing champion Benjamin Count. Each digital clock is engraved at its base. The engraving reads in Latin, "O Lord, keep safe our Queen Victoria the First." Interesting. Ow, it bit my tongue. Ouch. Houses of Parliament, also known as the Palace of Westminster. The Houses of Parliament were built and remodeled around one of the first royal residences. The Great Hall inside Parliament is the last remnant of the palace built by William II at the end of the 11th century. The old palace remained a royal residence for just over 400 years until Henry VIII moved to Whitehall Palace in 1530. The old palace became the permanent location for the country's two Houses of Parliament. The House Henry VIII's relationship with the House of Commons, and the House of Lords. To call Henry VIII's relationship with the Catholic Church turbulent would be an understatement. It's like saying that in the 1940s, Britain's relationship with Germany was a little fraught. This conflict with the church put the king's lawyers hard at work, and they situated themselves at the old palace, making the building the home of the court of law as well. Two of the most notable people to be tried in the Palace of Westminster are Guy Fawkes, the Catholic extremist who attempted to blow up the Houses of Parliament in 1606, and King Charles I, who was tried and executed for treason at the height of the English Civil War. Prime Minister Spencer Perceval was assassinated in the lobby of the House of Commons in 1812. Very nice. Let's do a gameplay while we're at it. Get rid of this rope launcher gameplay. Consult the tutorials and tips about fighting, navigation, stealth, and other assassin abilities such as the rope launcher. Whenever the rope launcher icon appears overhead, press L1 to travel upwards. If the rope launcher target appears on an adjacent building in front of you, press L1 to zip line across. While zip lining, control your speed using the L stick and R2. You can position yourself over enemies, then press square to drop down for air assassinations. Hold R2 while releasing the zip line to transition seamlessly into free running. Let's just do one of these. Income activities. Income activities are a way to gain money and resources to buy new gang upgrades and craft gear upgrades. The type of income activities vary from borough to borough. Some income activities are often unlocked after speaking to associates, so remember to seek them out. Fight Club. Hand-to-hand combat in a closed arena. Fight your way through rounds of ever-increasing difficulty to claim the highest rewards. Battle it out on the streets of London, racing carriages against rivals for money. Cargo hijack. Raid the blighter vehicle convoys for money and resources. Cargo escort. Escort a vehicle to convoy to a safe location, fighting off blighters along the way. Train robbery. Board the enemy train, then leap from the carriage to carriage, stealing valuable cargo and fighting blighters. Boat raids. Board the blighters' boats, steal the manifest from the boatmaster, and mark valuable cargo for the rooks. Smuggler's boat. Sabotage boats full of blighter cargo to disrupt their operations. Well, that's a lot. Alright, we just read a whole ton of shit. And I forgot what we're even doing. I guess we're installing the third fuse for Alexander Graham Bell, and we have to do it without falling below 30 meters in altitude. Let's save the video clip first and finish next time.